if she doesn't care about you in the smallest thing, she's not going to care about you for the biggest thing. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jan, this is June, and here on this channel we talk about how to move to Korea, what to do when to get here, and we show you a little bit about lifestyle living in our small town in Korea. So before we get started, you already know, grab your drinky poo. I have my water here. It's actually almost full, so I'm right here with you. Grab your drink and let's get into the video. So I've mentioned this before in some other videos, I believe. I think it was my mukbang video, that I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anyone for 2.5 months when I first moved here. I was getting really settled into living in the country, and I'm also an introvert, so it's really, really difficult for me to kind of put myself out there. Yeah, I didn't have any friends when I first got here, and it was like a really hard time. I was feeling really lonely and homesick and just like lost. I didn't speak a lot of Korean at the time, so I just felt like I really didn't like living here. Like I was really upset, really frustrated. If I could go back right now, I think I would have liked to just try more to become friends with people, not just at my job, but like outside of my job, and try to develop relationships with people that way as well, like to make it a little bit more organic. I just want you to know that it does take time. I mean, part of it is, yes, you specifically need to put in the effort to talk to people, to interact with people, whether it be in person or on an app or something like that. But like, you need to put in the actual effort. People aren't going to just walk up to you. That's like very unlikely that that's going to happen, especially in Korea, with Korean people. They are very introverted, so it's highly unlikely that they're just going to walk up to a random foreigner and be like, hi, let's talk. So be open to new experiences and put your foot in the door wherever you can, but remember that it does take time and you don't need to rush it. So I want to tell you about some things that have worked when it comes to making friends with Koreans, and some things that have worked when it comes to making friends with foreigners. So the first thing that we should talk about is apps. Apps are really, really good for just like having a little bit less awkwardness when it comes to like meeting the person. Oh no, I ruined my nails. When it comes to meeting the person for the first time, like I think it just eliminates the awkwardness a little bit whenever like you guys can have conversations and kind of figure out if you like the same things and things like that over the phone, rather than like, you know, walk up to a random person at a coffee shop. So I think when it comes to Korean people, Hello Talk is a really, really good asset for you, because I mean, that platform is usually used for like language exchange, which is great as well. But my husband became friends with our mutual friend through Hello Talk as well. So it is just like somewhere where you can also create friendships rather than just language exchange. But I mean, language exchange helps as well. But if you want to have foreigner friends as well, then Bumble BFF is a great tool as well for you. It is more popular here, I think, than like Tinder. I mean, because Tinder you can just get like anyone, but Bumble BFF, I've used it before and I have created like some friendships from there. I do like the people that I have met on there. So I think that is a really good option for you if you don't want to have that weird like interaction face to face for the first time. I think using apps will be really, really good for you. Something else that I want to mention is like niche groups or niche activities that you can do. So I love to take a yoga class, and at the last yoga class that I went to in Seoul, it was like literally just women, and we had like our little yoga class, and then we had an activity afterwards where we got to have the chats with all these girls, and it was really, really cool, super fun. And I think it's like a really nice way to meet people, because I mean, especially for a yoga class, I mean, it could be anything, honestly, like any kind of activity that you could do, like art classes or things like that, pottery, whatever, like going to a pottery studio, let's say. And if you're continuously seeing the same people every single week, you know, eventually you'll have conversations, and that's a really, really good way to create a friendship as well, because you already know you have something in common. You already know that you have something that you both like, that you guys can have a conversation about, and that's where it starts, you know, is just having one conversation about something that you both like. And then it starts with, okay, well, I like this too, do you like this? And then you guys are going to coffee, and then you guys are hanging out. So going to like a niche group that's something that you really like a hobby that you really like, is definitely going to help you find somebody who has the same vibes as you and is going to be able to create a beautiful friendship with you. And then the last thing for that I also want to say is just say yes, even when things get scary. I mean, like I said, I didn't have friends because I didn't put myself out there for like 2.5 months. I didn't even go to Seoul for several months before, like when I got here, because I was just so overstimulated. As soon as I started hanging out with like people from my work and things like that, that I knew that I had really good energy with, that's when our friendships actually started to develop, and they started realizing that I was open to things rather than feeling closed off. If you're constantly saying no and you're staying in your comfort zone, it's so much more difficult for you to even have experiences. I mean, if you're here, why not say yes? You know what I mean? Just know that you have so many tools at your disposal, and you can honestly find your bestie like anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be an app. It doesn't have to be a yoga class that you go to all the time. Like, you could literally just tell someone that you like her shoes at the coffee shop, and then suddenly she likes your purse and whatever. And then you guys have a conversation. Like, it could be anything. So just keep yourself open, and again, say yes even when it's scary. Let's talk about green and red flags when it comes to friendship, because, oh darling, you're going to meet so many people here. Let's talk about green flags first. So if you guys have similar hobbies, check, okay? That's already a really good way to start. If you like reading or art, anime, if you find someone who has same interest in that hobby, it's already a good conversation starter. It's already a way for you guys to bond more. If you guys start talking about, oh, I really like this book. Oh, okay, well, if you like this book, you should read this book. Oh, okay, well, if you like this show, you should watch this show. You know what I mean? Like, and then you guys are constantly not just sharing, like talking about yourself and saying like, oh, I love this and whatever, but you guys are actually developing each other in a way that you can share different experiences with each other and make each other grow. To be loved is to be seen. This is my favorite quote ever. To be loved is to be seen. And I think, like, especially with female friendships, we are really good at showing each other in different ways how much we love each other. And I think even, like, it doesn't have to be a whole big thing, but sending each other a message like, hey, text me when you get home safe, right? Like, even just like the smallest thing to know that you care helps, right? And I think that is something so important in friendships that we kind of take for granted when we have that, because the other side of that is like, I don't give a fuck, right? Like, I don't care. And now let's say that friend who doesn't text you, now imagine you guys are going out drinking one night and then you've drank a little bit too much, but then she focused on whatever else. And that is just so important. You know what I mean? So it's not even just for safety. Doesn't have to be in like such drastic circumstances, but if she doesn't care about you in the smallest thing, she's not going to care about you for the biggest thing. I also want to mention having clear boundaries. So this is something that I really had to work on when I was in university. Sometimes it is really difficult for people to have like their own lives, I think. So if we're busy or we don't respond after a few days for a text, or if we have to like rain check something, I mean, I have seen situations or like relationships dwindle because like one person says like, oh, we said that we were going to hang out this day, you flaked or you rain checked or whatever, and now we're not friends anymore. I think having really clear boundaries about your space and your time, especially if you're here in South Korea, like you should have some time to yourself. Spending time with other people constantly is not healthy. So enjoying your time for yourself as well is really, really important. And if you have a friend who is constantly being like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, but you're just like, oh, like I'm not feeling it today, and then they use that against you, not a good sign, not a good friend. Let's talk about red flags and my experiences, y'all. When I first got here, I had met some very, very fascinating people, and they were very much red flag friends. So like I said, I worked with a few people in my workplace, and outside of work, it was really, really hard for me to make friends. 4 best friends that I have in this country are people that I worked with, and I'm so grateful for them and I love them. And if you're watching, I love you guys. But the other side of the office was just very interesting. So I want to say like my first red flag would be unaligned priorities. When it comes to, I love to just be chill. Like my my ideal day is going cafe hopping, going shopping, getting a nice book, going on a picnic. Like, you know what I mean? Like I really love the grandma lifestyle. I want to be relaxed and just like chilling and whatever. I don't want to get shit-faced drunk, and I don't want to go party all the time. Sometimes, yeah, sure, whatever, but you know what I mean? So having a friend who is like the exact opposite of me, who is like every single weekend we should go out to drink, we should do this, we should do that, blah blah blah, and then like I'm getting overstimulated, that's already a red flag. If we don't have anything in common, we don't need to force it, and that's just the way it is. This one y'all need to watch out for, because people who do this always do it so low key. It's always like they say something and you go, that was okay. One-upping you. So like I feel like people who do this do it really, really low key always. Oh yeah, like I went on a 20-minute jog today. That was so great. That was like a really like big moment for me, because you know, I'm not like, I don't usually work out or whatever, you know? Like you have an achievement, let's say it's jogging for 20 minutes, and then they're like, "Oh, that's great. I just got a free coffee from like the cafe because they thought that I was so nice and so pretty," or whatever. And this is so Carrie Bradshaw. Y'all, if you watch Sex and the City, we need to talk about it. Like none of the girls in the friend group can ever one up that one person. Like they can never have their achievement and just like have everyone else be happy for them. That person has to be like, "Oh, well, that's good for you and I'm so happy for you, except I did this or I got this and like it was so much better than yours." You know what I mean? So people like that exist here for sure, and you are going to see it, and they exist everywhere. So no matter where you are, you're going to experience it probably, but just be aware of that. And that is such a red flag. You do not need that person in your life, because all they're going to do is make you feel miserable because they're insecure. So yeah, watch out for that. Well, I did experience something like this when I was looking for friendships, and I just like felt really drained whenever I would hang out with my friends that I have now. I felt so rejuvenated, so relaxed. I didn't feel like I needed to perform. I didn't feel like I needed to do like anything or be anything other than me. But when I hung out with the other group of people that I used to know, I was just so exhausted. Like every single time I hung out with them, guys, this is it. You need to watch for the energy that you feel around these people, because you'll feel it being drained. And I don't know how to explain it. I would just go home and feel exhausted and insecure, and like my hair wasn't right, or my outfit wasn't right, or I said this and like I should have said that, or I'm not cool enough or not cute enough, not pretty enough. I don't know. Like I've never experienced anything like that besides when I came here and I hung out with those people. It is just like, you need to be aware of your energy when you hang out with these people for real, because you can feel it being drained. You can feel the difference. If you think about like, whenever I hang out with this person, I feel okay, like nothing. But then whenever I hang out with this person, I feel so insecure, so drained, so tired, just depressed, so negative. You just need to watch your energy for that, because people like it literally, like they're just energy vampires, and they just cut it off. Like that's the best way to do it. And I'm such a people pleaser at my core, so it's really hard for me to do that. But at the end of the day, it is just like you versus them. What are you going to sacrifice? Tea. So the opposite of that, of being with an energy vampire, is being with people who are incredible. Like living here in my small town, all of my friends are separated, but we try to meet once a month or once every other month. And every single time we hang out, it is so rejuvenating. Like I just feel like myself again. And I just feel like it's like a breath of fresh air. And I'm so grateful that all the negative stuff that I've gone through, every turmoil that I've gone through while I've been living here, I have experienced it with my friends, and they have been here with me with every step of the way. And I could never be more grateful to have people who I could cry with or laugh with or just like be stupid with. And I mean, you can definitely find that too. You will find that. You just need to be patient with yourself, be patient with the process. It's not going to be instant, but it will happen for sure. You will find your people. And just know that you shouldn't wait. You need to initiate, you need to make action, and you yourself need to be a good friend. And then you will find good friends as well. You guys are going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. You have all the tools at your disposal, and all you have to do is put yourself out there. I believe in you. I'm here to support you. And yeah, you're doing great. If you really like this video or videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below. Have you ever experienced an energy vampire, someone who drains your energy? Let me know. I want to hear about it so we can chat. And don't forget to send this to one of your friends if they like videos like this, or if they're thinking about moving to Korea, or if they want to know how to make a friend. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I love you so much. I'll see you at the end of the week. Bye.